Yo, what is up, everybody? And welcome back. This is Chalkcast 110 with myself, GarrettG, the captain, and JohnnyBoi. Look, I don't know what you don't understand, Captain, but I said I need space. I said I needed space from this, we've had a tough breakup. I said I need space. I don't know why you've done this, but you've said, hey guys, I've got the best guest for this week. And it is none other than top 2 North America RLCS Open for part, I was going to say champion, but you can't really top 2 champion. But it is Jstn. We do have Gen.G. Jstn. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Jstn, yeah, you were with us last time. We just talked about this before the show, before this one in Boston 2 years ago. One of our most viewed episodes ever. It might have been helped by the fact we're in person, but we've got you back because CJ won't stop talking about how he's broken up with his now his ex, you, and he can't stop seeing his ex with like a better man.
Not just that, but like they started hitting the gym, like posting some great pictures on Insta, and my ex is looking hot right now. That's a top 2 performance, and it's cutting deep. You know when you wish your ex the best, like you don't want them to do amazing. Really. You kind of just hope that they do okay. You don't want them to fall, but you don't want to go downhill. But I was kind of just hoping that we'd depart on similar levels to start with things. But I mean, what a start for you on Gen.G.
Yeah, it's been great.
Have you watched the VOD of CJ watching you guys play Shopify? You should.
No, I haven't.
You should watch.
I'll take a look at it though.
You should watch. Do you feel as emotional about the whole breakup and now continued life post breakup as CJ does?
I wasn't, but like seeing CJ so devistated, I'm feeling it now. I'm not gonna lie.
The pity's
just
working.
Saying that. That's pity. Yeah, that's pity. Yeah. He's on cloud 9 over there. Well, he's on Gen.G, but top 2. That's the perfect start for you guys. I mean, did you expect that? Just coming out in your roster.
Honestly, no. I did not expect that at all. Yeah, it's been great though. I mean, the vibes have been at an all-time high. Obviously, definitely like a flip-flop from Shopify for sure. It's been good. It's been really good. I've been enjoying my time here.
Have you been impressed with what did you think of Cheese and MAJICBEAR before you were teaming with them? As opponents, players. Did you play much with them before teaming?
I mean, everyone knows that I got that Mall of America win, the Gold Rush one with Magic and the Goat Hootie Hoo. I already knew what Magic was capable of, and I know Cheese is just like super solid as well. And I didn't really know them behind the scenes that much, because obviously I'm very isolated. Garrett knows this. We have like the tiniest Discord ever, and like no one's professional in that Discord. It's just like a group of friends basically. So I didn't really know I was getting. Well, yeah, not anymore, but. I didn't really know what I was getting into, but I'm glad I got into it because it's been nothing but just a lot of fun, to be honest.
All right, I'll ask one. This hurts. Not to you don't want to dive into too much, but I know that Reddles, obviously he's my new man over here, and look, we've had a pretty decent start, but he did mention obviously you had the matchup, you had Gen.G Shopify, you played your boys early on in the tournament. Firstly, actually, before we get into that, were you a little bit nervous? What are your thoughts? You're trying to prove yourself.
100%. I was like, when I first joined Shopify too, like I already knew this was coming. Like these brackets, the seeding is all for content. And it was the same thing when I joined Shopify. We always played Garrett every time. I think
we did.
We always played, and it's just always. I'm most nervous for the ones against like your former team, but I was like super confident that the vibes would carry me over and take the dub. So yeah, I mean we 3-0'd. Sorry CJ. I know it's like slightly devastating for you, but it happens. I mean I don't doubt that it's going to be back and forth because I know what that team's capable of, but I'm glad that we took the first series.
Reddles mentioned obviously over on Gen.G, they have a pretty strong system. Shout out to Greg as well. I think all the boys are watching. Shout out to the coaching team. They built a pretty strong system. They've been together for a while, which he kind of saw when they were playing, Shopify a little bit, trying to change things up perhaps a little bit more than Gen.G. Have you noticed joining Gen.G that, I don't know if it's like player tendencies or like team system ideas and stuff? Have they kind of got things a little bit different, got things a bit more locked down over there?
I could ramble on for like literal years about all the stuff that's going on at Gen.G. I know that one. Let me just tell you, it's just a lot of techie stuff. That's all I'm gonna keep it at, just very techie stuff.
Did they make Rettles sign an NDA before leaving? Is Rettles allowed to take the tech to Shopify?
I don't know.
Probably. I think you can tell he's trying. I feel like he's trying.
Yeah, probably. He's probably like giving his input with like stuff that Gen.G was doing for sure. But yeah, I don't know.
So you think it's easier, or how has it been plugging into that? Has it been a big playstyle adjustment for you, or does it fit with your style, more or less?
I wouldn't say it's been like a crazy shift. I've noticed like myself playing a little differently, but I'm kind of just doing what I think is good, and they're just helping me mesh in with that, basically, with what they're doing in their system, with what I think as well. But it's been pretty easy to fill in the shoes.
That's good. So I have a question, and you can answer this however you want. No, it's nothing crazy, but I think if you knew the perfect answer, obviously you would have been able to change it. But like if you in your mind, like what do you think went wrong with the Shopify team? Because I feel like you guys were you're power rank so high every time, and it feels like you guys just couldn't do it. So like, however you want to answer that, or if you even have an answer, like what do you think was the problem? Because you guys had some good runs though, but overall,
honestly, I think it was the passion. I think the passion was not there. Like when I first joined Shop, 2-piece and Parth were grinding a lot, and I was kind of like, everyone knows me, like I'm not the biggest twos grinder. I just hit my last season, like all-time record games of like 600 something games in a season ever, like in my entire Rocket League career in twos. So I think for that first half of like the first year I was there, I wasn't really like, I was still playing, but I wasn't like putting in the good hours like Parth and 2-piece. And if you guys remember, after when I first joined the team and then Andy was going to replace me after like those rumors, I had a talk with Memory and he wanted me to start playing more twos and stuff and all that stuff. Like he had the whole talk. And I think when I had that talk with them, 2-piece and Parth kind of, I don't know for sure, I'm just like assuming. But what it felt like after a while, because I kept track of like everyone's games throughout the twos season and stuff and all that. So I was noticing a decline between both. And I was just kind of like, I wasn't playing much more, but I was like playing a little bit more. And I feel like that like led to our downfall a little bit. Like just the passion wasn't there.
So you
and then
think you
even
kind of
going
swung,
into
like you weren't playing, and then you were, okay.
and then like this first split, when we were boot camping, we had a talk with our CEO, manager, and coach as well about playing twos. And we all did, but I just think we were a little too far off the deep end already at that point, and that it didn't really affect much.
I think you also, you don't want to be forced to play. Like you want to grind as well. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of, it's like two different things. You don't want to just play because you have to, because you're going to get in trouble if you don't play. But also, you know what I mean? Like you want to grind. Want to be good hours.
Yeah. I was curious because I felt, obviously a completely different team, and it felt like when with us, like towards the end of our team, it felt like once we had been through enough bad losses, it was like every tournament we were already dreading the loss. So like, did you have that feeling with them as like towards the, like I feel like everyone experiences that to an extent.
CJ can probably speak to that a lot.
For like every LAN, when are we losing? Actually, every dream hack. When are we playing NRG? Round 1.
Or I think the better way to word it too is like it's almost like your team gets tilted quicker because you've been like you just haven't had a good run in a while. It's like everyone gets emo quicker. Like there's not a lot of comeback potential. It feels like so.
I honestly didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like that on the Shopify that much as I did on NRG. So I don't think so. I do truly believe, like I know what those players are capable of. Like 2-piece is literally insane, and Parth as well. Like he's like a lot of people underrate Parth. Like he's actually insanely
he's good.
mechanical. He's really good. I do truly believe, like I've said this millions of times, that if we all had the passion at the same time, we would have performed like we did in scrims and tournament.
So it's
It
about
just sucks.
timing. Like
It just
yours,
really sucks.
your passion was like ramping up, and theirs was inverted.
Or
you
not
think?
like fully inverted, but like it was just like steady.
Plateauing,
Like,
maybe.
yeah.
I see. Yeah.
Do we blame?
but like
do we blame League of Legends?
maybe slightly, maybe slightly. But I can't really like say much because while they were playing League of Legends, I wasn't really playing the game on my own as well. Because for me, like it kind of sucks seeing like everyone, like my manager, my coach, and my 2 teammates plus my CEO all 5 stacking League at boot camp.
CJ.
And I was like, what am I gonna do? I was just kind of there. I felt like the odd man out, and like, yeah, it is on me for sure for not like grinding while they were doing that, but like it was just like kind of demotivating, kind of in a way, seeing all your like teammates and everyone else just play something else.
Do you feel like you should have picked up, I don't know, some kind of support champion, tried to learn League?
I actually 2Piece and Parth really wanted, like all of them wanted me to play, and I said I was gonna play, and then I never ended up playing because I'm a terrible person.
League is a game you would never like. This is not a Justin game. I mean, I'll tell you that right now.
Dude, Squishy and I, we played the tutorial, and we rage quit because we were dying to the
It's
boss.
Not a Justin game or a Squishy game. It's just not. Justin won't even play a bird's eye view game. Like if it's bird's eye view, Justin instantly uninstall.
He needs it fast-paced Apex Legends style. That's what you need to do.
Yeah. But no, that's interesting because now you're joining a team with, I feel like, the player who loves Rocket League the most, and that's Cheese. I feel like that guy is permanently locked in. Like, dude, you could be playing free play, and this guy is leaned in, absolutely ready to go. So that's got to be a polar opposite. That's what I love Cheese for that too. Like, you get a 6-man with him, it's like you're at Worlds. Like you're trying to get a word in. This guy is. Dude,
it's the same thing in scrims too. Like always, like if you're not like fully locked in, just know Cheese is locked in for himself, for you, and the third guy as well. Like he's doing everything. He's doing it all.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
I love Cheese.
So I kind of spoke about a little bit on our breakdown show after this weekend, just about just looking back to the Shopify roster. I'd love to know. I don't know how much you kind of agree with this, but it kind of felt like the dynamic, not only with like the hours, but also you're kind of like the guy that's done everything in a way. You're a world champ, and you're playing with 2 guys that are still trying to get to their first major. Did you? And I kind of said I feel like you're not the natural, like everyone, like the natural leader type. You know what I mean? You're not the type to be like, okay, I need to build this roster up. I need to try and get these boys to their first major. Did you feel that, and did you was that kind of not a role that you wanted? Because you come when you started at RLCS, you obviously were like the wonder kid coming onto a top roster, and now you have to be the leader.
Well, actually, when I first joined Shop, I was kind of thinking of that role to become like a leader. I was talking to the Shopify sports psychologist a lot about it, and it was hard for me because like I'm very like super critical of myself. So I felt like I needed to work on myself before I could do that. But it was always something I wanted to do on that team, but I was just never able to pull it off because I obviously have my own demons to battle. But yeah, now I have Cheese, who is just Cheese.
Well, now you're on a team where they've both played, at a worlds, or at least majors. Yeah, and
majors,
so that's got to be a little bit different. Kind of, you feel like, do you feel more like like level, I guess, experience wise and stuff like that, joining Gen.G compared to Shopify?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, for sure. I feel like I don't have to like. I don't know. I just feel like I'm very happy where I'm at. Like, I'm enjoying the game. Like the vibes that this team brings. Like, Cheese is Cheese. He's tweaking all the time in a good way, and he's just making me have fun. And then MAJICBEAR is like the nonchalant kid, and he's just like he'll randomly just like do something stupid or something. I don't know. He's just the entire environment's like great. Greg's a troll. We even have Thunda in there just saying random things. Like it's just fun. It's just a good environment.
Big staff. You got three,
Yeah, yeah.
and Kevpert, right? Kevpert
Yeah,
also.
and Kevpert, yeah.
Dang, you guys got as many staff as players. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Oh man, CJ, how you feeling?
No,
how you feeling?
I'm feeling
hearing all
okay.
this?
I'm feeling okay. So when I mean just another one for when you join, like I'm just,
I mean, I will say though that I don't think like I really screwed up with Shopify. Like I take accountability for a lot of things because I wasn't grinding a lot. Like I was still playing, but like I said, not putting in like the good hours. I was kind of just like playing with friends or like playing extra modes all the time or just like I don't know, just playing to play, not like to improve a lot of the time. I also didn't like take the time to like become friends with Parth and Two Piece on a deeper level, like outside of the game and like their friend groups and stuff. So like I for sure take a lot of accountability for that, and I apologize to them about it because I definitely could have done more. But I don't think I think if I did more, the vibes of that team would have been up probably with like Gen.G as well. But since I didn't really know them that well, like it was just like it wasn't bad vibes, but it was kind of just like you would load into a scrim and you would scrim and then just dip. That was it.
Just formal.
It wasn't. Yeah, just formal. Yeah.
Clocking in, clocking out.
Clocking in.
Hey, yeah. Look, I mean,
you relate to that, Garrett and CJ? The kind of clocking in, clocking out scrim vibe versus when you really want to like hang out longer.
Yeah.
Is that relatable?
Like even with Gen.G right now, like we have a thing where we're joining in 30 minutes to an hour before to just talk, and then after scrims we're in there talking, messing around, just like trolling each other. This has been a different environment.
Yeah, I mean, me, Justin, and Squishy hung out a lot, so I don't think.
Yeah, that wasn't a problem on our team because we would scrim,
yeah,
and
we
then
were
we
already
joined
friends.
Discord.
Yeah, we would join Discord after. But it's funny because if we were tilted in scrims, as soon as we joined Discord after, it was like we were different people. Like,
yeah,
you remember that? Yeah, the team after that wasn't much hanging
healthy,
out,
to be honest. That sounds super healthy to have that separation.
It was until it wasn't. Like, I mean,
yeah,
it didn't become unhealthy, but it became unproductive, I guess. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, so like the casual kind of lighthearted vibe from outside of the work hours started to bleed into the scrims.
I would say our scrims at the end were very not. It was like we were just showing up.
Yeah, just showing up. Yeah.
But we had tried so many things at that point. We had tried so many things at that point. Yeah, it's kind of hard to fix things at that point.
I mean, you go from winning everything, not really like having to like change anything ever, to just like suddenly, oh crap, we're losing. What do we do?
Yeah, we never actually had to do that. We never had to. When we became a team, we were just good. So it was like odd. It was very odd. But I would say the only thing we did change was how we played in finals. Remember that when we couldn't win a final, and then we were eventually like, literally what we said was, let's just stop thinking. Like, what do we think? What are we talking about? Me and Squishy would be like theorizing on how we need to play to win this final, and then we'd eventually be like, let's just play, and then we'd win. It was so dumb.
That's the worst part of Rocket League is like, the less analytical you play.
Was that towards the end of your success online together when the COVID era?
The stop thinking thing?
Yeah, the stop thinking thing. Because I feel like during RLCS Season X, you guys were just the best team. And then towards the end, maybe some teams looked like they thought they should beat you.
Well,
and then
it was
they
weird.
would look tilted on the pitch against you guys because they're not winning.
Yeah, well, it was weird though because
car language, by the way. I might be getting a bit too like reading between the lines here. You know, when you see somebody's car stop moving, you're like, oh, they're tilted.
No, you're valid. It's fair. I would say, I don't know what Justin feels like, but I always felt like I feel like I could not get the team to try hard regional 1 or 2 of every split. It was so hard. It was like because we weren't qualifying for a major, so it was hard to be like, let's win this 18 millionth regional we're playing. We just played the grid 2 days ago. Let's win this right now, and then we'd lose a couple times, and by the time the online major came, we would be locked every time.
I look back at that team, and I just like feel for Garrett. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like such a horrible person because honestly I was so immature. Like I'm still a troll here, but like I'm getting older. I'm maturing a little bit.
No,
I understand.
You change a lot too.
And when you put me and Squishy as a duo, that is the worst combination you can do. Garrett was, this poor soul was dealing with us 3 hours, 5 days of the weekend, and even after scrims, he was dealing with us too. Like I felt so bad. Like not like
Oh,
I didn't really think of it in a moment, but looking back at it, I'm like, wow, we were bad. Like we were.
What
really
sort of
bad.
stuff did he have to deal with? You know, can be as detailed as you want.
Us trolling scrims.
That's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you. You can say whatever you want to say.
I mean, honestly, like it was mainly trolling scrims. All right,
What does that mean? Because trolling scrims is a term that's very common in the Rocket League. But what were your like top 10 ways to troll a scrim?
The top 10.
Holy shit, top 10. I mean, towards the end of our era, Squishy and I would just play Roblox in between the scrim games. So that was really bad. What else? Garrett, you have more? You experienced it also, you know.
It would be like it would just be like one bad thing happens, the day's over. Like it was genuinely one thing, and the tournaments were like that too. One loss, tournament's over. It's over. Like let's just get out of here.
Get bumped in a scrim. GG. Scrim talk.
It was just like it was bad. It was bad. Yeah, but hey, what can you do? What can you do?
That's
why I every time someone asks, I'm like, Jstn is so different now. Oh, sorry,
what would you say is the fastest? No, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. What was the fastest scrim would get chalked? Like how quickly?
Before it started.
Before it started, yeah, easily before it started.
Like if we had NRG content planned after, the scrims were not. We should have canceled the scrims.
Yeah, we should have canceled the scrims. Yeah,
after.
Yeah,
it wasn't worth scrimming. Like
the content
it was
already worse.
It was already tilt going into the scrim, so I was just like, yeah. But what can you do? What can you do? It's in the past.
What about, just one of the guys on the other team's 2 minutes late? Is that just scrim over? You already that is our tilting?
On the other team?
Team was happy.
Oh, you don't want to scrim because basically you didn't want to scrim.
Yeah, they were like, we get to chill. We're chilling.
Playing Roblox.
To be fair, I got to that point too, though. By split 9 together, I was like, someone was late because it was like third year, right? Yeah. Someone was late. I was like, all right, let's. Oh, do you remember the last regional, Justin?
No, what happened?
Do you remember the last series? You guys whipped out the Transformer car.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Bro, I was like, this is our last regional together, and this is how we're going out. This sums it up. Sums it up good.
Wait, so that was spring 2023.
It was against Gen.G at the end.
Hey man, it's viable now, I guess. You see Itachi on the Roadhog?
I know.
It can't be that troll.
No, it was over
funny.
Anyway.
I think it depends.
It was a funny ending.
I think it depends your intention on it. You clearly chose a Transformer car to troll, not because you felt good in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you guys played G League and you had 4 overtimes in a row before you won it in Game 5. And we were like, no, don't let this be the last series ever for NRG. Well, the trio against
Who was on G? Who was against
Zanil?
Aqua,
Knight, and Zanil. I mean, Zanil and Aqua and Knight as well. I mean, they've all had pretty decent careers and stuff. But at the time, you guys were not supposed to lose to these guys. So we were like, oh no, not like this,
bro.
4 straight overtimes at 2-2.
I didn't realize, but when you go back and look, the first few splits that we were like people would call us really washed. We were like 1 spot away from qualifying every time. But the vibes were so bad that it didn't feel like that though. It didn't feel possible. So it felt like we were like 10th.
So those seasons where we were 1 spot, it was always like the team that came from a different region.
We would be pissed about that.
We would be so pissed. We'd be like, get rid of the region lock.
We were coping. It was the import's fault. We would have
teams or something.
What were you saying?
Were they the South American teams that you were losing?
Yeah, I think it was
and the EU, and when
it was Gen.G, right?
Oh,
yeah, it was with the Gen.G team.
Were there too.
Yeah, that definitely made things harder. But we were just bad.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Like fall, I'm looking back to see. Not that I believe you, but I want to dig deeper into this. See, fall, you guys, you did lose to. Oh yeah, you lost to Gen.G in one of these regionals, so that's probably the one that you guys are like, nah, stuff this. This is dumb.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't just you guys. There was actually a lot of teams who were struggling with Gen.G at the time. They turned out to be
they were good.
One team.
They won that major.
So,
well, you know what screwed us though? Since we're reminiscing right now, you know what screwed us? And I think I've said this to Justin too. That Worlds is what screwed us. When we showed up to Worlds and got top 8, because it wasn't even the result of top 8. We had a boot camp before, and that was like the best scrims we had in a year. Like
Really?
Like I think we were only losing to like BDS. And
Yeah.
I remember
yeah.
we're playing Dig. We were just waxing. Like we felt so good. And I was like, oh my god, the mental's back. Because that was the problem for us. It was mental. And then that's what screwed us. If that went bad, we probably would have split there. I think, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think we
You
would.
think
Oh,
if-
so when
you
you
think
say
if
it
I
screwed
beat
you,
you-
you mean it gave you false hope? Is that what you mean?
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Because we're all three anti like roster move at the time too.
Yeah.
We were like, we don't want to make a roster move at all. But hey,
Do you
We stay
think
together.
if we went to game 7, you would have split? Went to game 6? That
No, I had a peek on you guys.
Justin, you absolutely peaked. I had Garrett on the ropes. That guy was quaking. I hated him, and then I shat flapped. Justin actually always does this shit against me. It pisses me off. He just actually 1v3s every dream hack. I'm like, oh, actually, we're playing pretty good. And then Justin just has a game where he scores 3 solo goals. I'm like,
I was not allowing that going into game 7. If you watch like the energy comms on that game 6 that we beat you guys in, their first goal is like I'm scoring before the kickoff even started.
Yeah, it was like a sidewall air dribble on Neo.
Yeah.
I remember.
bro, day
yeah.
1 at DreamHacks, me and Fire would just be chilling.
Yeah,
We were
I
like,
know.
yeah, we're not losing today. Justin would just show up and we're like, nice, love that.
Justin has
W.
like been the bane of my Rocket League existence and still is now. Like it's actually so annoying. If I play and then I'm a content creator and then I have to watch him lose and then he joins another team and he gets top 2. Like it's just the shittest thing. Like you are the worst person. I hate you, but I also love you. This sucks.
Whoa! I hate you so strong. That's hurting my feelings slightly.
But I think with,
You don't
with
mean
the,
that. You don't mean that.
I don't mean it. With the NRG performance, I think it was similar for us where the better the vibes were off the pitch, like the more games and stuff we were playing outside of Rocket League, like just hanging out, there was like a direct correlation between performance. Did you find that when you guys kind of just stopped enjoying being around each other? That kind of hurt you? Or did
We
you?
started playing games more together.
Well, the
didn't we?
worst
I
you
think
were
we did.
playing? Oh, really?
I remember I was like grinding CS with Squishy at one point. We were all
Oh, you
no,
just
Justin never
you're
played
like
Valorant.
competitive.
Yeah, we were
So,
like playing
let's
other
play
games. We
another
were like,
esport.
yeah. No, I think towards the end we actually hung out more for other reasons too. But yeah, I don't know. If we were together for so long, I can't remember what the early periods were like, honestly.
Dude, like 20, like RLCS, was it 2020, 2021? Just like is a complete blur to me.
Yeah, that was a crazy
I don't-
year
Yeah.
for us.
Like like those years don't even feel real because of like COVID and stuff. But like it was still crazy. Like I don't really remember much that happened besides like RLCS.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't either.
Justin, do you
It
feel?
just felt so long. It was such a long time
was-
with no lands. It dragged out.
I was
Now
gonna
time's
say,
flying,
like, this
with
is-
so many lands.
This is like a long career now for you, Justin. You kind of everyone sees you as the young kid, like the wonder kid. But do you feel old? Because you kind of the vet now. Like what is it?
About to
Season
be
4
23.
RLRS, season 5.
I'm 23 in 3 months.
Damn.
So
How do you feel?
oh, relax. How old are you, CJ?
26.
Damn.
You're old.
Me and
You're old.
Sathy. Sathy's birthday the other day. He's like, I'm 26. I was like, damn, and I'm 26 as well. Yeah, but how do you feel as a yeah?
I feel kind of unk. Yeah. I'm still.
But you're still
I'm
Mechie.
troll,
Like
bro.
I feel like
I'm
you're
still
the
Mechie, I
first
still got
guy
it.
that can just keep going. Like I feel like we're at a point now in Rocket League where you need a certain mechanical level. You know, me
Yeah.
and Garrett were out of there when we just couldn't quite hit it. But
Listen, you gotta stop grouping us. There's a group I'm in, and then there's your group, right? I would think. I know Justin's a group above me. I will say that. But you keep saying me and Garrett, and I think we just gotta relax on that.
I knew I hit a nerve there.
We gotta relax on that.
Oh my god, you took that hook line. It's so
Well-
Garrett. It's like me, Garrett, Kronovi.
Rizzo.
Rizzo,
Yeah.
we're on that same
Rizzo's
level.
a good shout.
Where we
I'm-
just,
I regret joining. I'm leaving.
where we clearly didn't have over zero. Like we had our moments, but clearly we're not up to that current level. But it feels like you could just your mechanics. Like, do you feel like you're ever gonna fall off? Because I feel like you're right there. Like you're matching it with the best.
I don't know, to be honest. like obviously I've improved over the years, but I feel like I've gotten worse mechanically. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like I feel like I can't even flip reset properly nowadays. I don't know what it is.
It is so not true. I've seen like
I
18 clips
think
from
it's
you on the
something
weekend.
mental. I think it's
It's
something
mental.
mental.
It's mental.
But I just like I feel like a bot now mechanically. Now I feel like the only thing I have going for me is like game sense. But maybe I'm just like tripping and overthinking it.
I think
No,
if
you're
you tried to
tripping.
show us a failed flip reset, you'd land it by mistake. I don't think you could
Yeah.
mess one up on purpose. I think the
Yeah.
flip resets would be so automatic for you. But no, I know you're not just like fishing for compliments here. But do you think you sometimes just compare yourself to old Justin, where you would look at everybody else and be like, these guys are
yeah.
nowhere near my level mechanically? I remember the
No one can
I
play
used to do it
defense
all the
either.
time. I used to do it all the time. I'm like 15-year-old Justin would have scored that for sure. But it's because no one knew how to play back wall. No one knew anything. Like I was just so ahead of the mechanically over everybody. Like now everyone seems like mechanically like obviously you have like the Zens, but like I feel like even now like people are starting to kind of catch up to that a little bit, or like at least get a little bit more consistent with them. But back in the day you had like I don't know, me, Squishy, like even Astral, probably some other players that I'm missing as well, but it was like a very select few. But now it's just everybody.
And everyone's so good at defense too.
Yeah,
like,
the game has
it's so hard
evolved
to
like
score.
everywhere. Like, bro, dude, I'm playing casual like for fun late at night with like my friends, like, and like these random like 1800 in casual just have the greatest pre jumps, like challenges of all time. And I'm like, what? Like, when has this game evolved like so much where people can actually like challenge like properly? Like, it's not even ranked. I'm not even playing ranked. But, like, just like thinking off of that and then changing that over to pro level, like you have people like playing the fakes of I don't know, a double air bump and then like they're clearing off of something crazy, then someone's psychoing from one side to the other. I don't know, it's just way too much stuff going on now.
It's the highest level, but I feel like we're just at that point of Rocket League where every player kind of, you know, you've kind of got players that you want more on the ball than others and stuff, but it feels like everyone on the pitch, like everyone on the team has to be able to do something on the ball, you know, has to have, you know,
some
a few
outplay
things.
potential.
Some outplay potential. Whereas before you could kind of get away with having one player that was like that, you know, like Justin on NRG, but you know, now you know.
I mean, why did we even invite OCE to land? You know? I think we need to rethink that. That should be an episode. Has OCE ruined Rocket League? No, I'm just kidding.
Has OCE,
this guy.
Might be a story for another day. But you mentioned as well the you know, you guys having fun on Gen.G, even on NRG. I think someone's asking in chat, which was an interesting one, with Shopify, because obviously now Reddles is coming in trying to implement a little bit of the Gen.G style. Clearly it's good. You guys are getting top 2 with it. Did you think with Shopify you needed a bit more of the let's stop overthinking, let's just play rock like you did with NRG at sometimes, or they now you're on Gen.G, do you think there's some fundamental things that Shopify or the boys still don't do?
I mean, when I was on Shop, I kind of had like the idea in the back of my mind to kind of just say like screw it, kind of do whatever you think is good in the moment. But I kind of thought I trusted in memory, and honestly, like I believed in what he was trying to, you know, have us accomplish as a team. I just obviously it didn't work. But yeah, no. What was the second part of that question again? I don't even remember.
Just have you learnt, like, are there fundamental things that they're not doing that you've joined Gen.G? You're like, oh wait, like this is kind of how we should be doing.
Yeah. I feel like I have like a better knowledge now, kind of like just in general in the field, like offense, defensively, more than I did on Shopify for sure. Like for me, I feel like the main thing I've always struggled with is like challenges, and I'm kind of like slowly getting them down a bit now. Obviously, it's like a work in progress, but I feel like I've acquired a lot more knowledge and from just like Kepler and RLCS and like the players in general.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks, man.
I
don't know how true that was. That sounded like kind of slightly sarcastic.
It didn't sound true at all.
It's all right.
It just sounded like difficult to say. It sounded like you were struggling to say the whole sentence in one go.
Yeah, well,
came very unnaturally.
Sorry, as I was saying that, I watched T-Base has just linked. I put up the React cam here. It just links to Justin literally yesterday. He's all over Reddit because you've hit a no bounce psycho.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let that one roll through for the people.
Look how small Garrett is, by the way, on this overlay. We were laughing about this earlier. I don't know why. He looks normal in the bigger overlay, and now he just looks so small.
Yeah, this guy's just getting old. No
No,
man.
you're not mechanical, man. You're not
No
mechanical.
resets.
Bro, I got lucky.
You've
No,
got-
don't even hit me with the
I've been
Look
so
at
lucky
Miller
for
for a
7
second.
years straight.
Look at Miller. Look at the guy who was jumping from like our back wall, like up there.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I should have been bumped.
He doesn't
I should have been
respect.
bumped.
That's a lot of luck.
This
you
guy.
meant lucky like that. Okay.
Like this shouldn't have even happened.
Oh, you got little sparks. I see that. Yeah.
I somehow launched him instead.
That happens.
I thought you
But
were
it was
talking
still,
about
still a good shot, but
the other
lucky.
person who does this a lot is Farah. Farah always says that they get lucky whenever they win something, or whenever something goes well for them. He's like, we just got lucky. So I mean, you're in good company if that's your excuse for scoring a worldie.
Okay, that's enough of this guy.
That's hilarious.
I'm getting annoyed.
No, you should see Justin play any, I know we're just glazing, but you should see Justin hop on any game. Bro's just mechanical instantly. This guy has the brain of a malleable,
Let's get him on
I
league.
don't know, mechanical prodigy. No, not except for league.
Except for league, yeah.
There's no way.
Any top down game? Nope. Ain't a chance.
Yes, it's not happening.
I want to see it even more now.
Well, the only other thing I can think of right now is
Mm.
I was just going to ask about the final against NRG. What do you think that? I mean, obviously NRG was playing really good. You guys, but it felt like you guys just kind of were flat. I guess. Like, beating yourselves almost.
I think what happened was, okay, I'm not even trying to cope, but
go ahead.
I've never been a fan of like having both semifinals, but being the first semifinal game, because then you have like the second team is you sit there and wait. So I think what happened was we went off of like a really exhausting like SSG series, like all the way to game 7, super intense. That like 45-minute-ish break of that NRG complexity series. It was kind of just like it took a toll on us because we were just waiting, just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I think going into that last series, we kind of went in just like I don't know. We were kind of complacent during that hour break. We went in there kind of lazy and just like not fully locked in because we were obviously the 1 hour break. I'm not taking away from NRG though because I think they played actually really good compared to when we played them the day before. Especially Beastma. Beastma was like I felt like he was everywhere doing everything. That final. And I think he elevated both Dan and Atomic. It's just the Sathu mastermind behind it. Like, I think they did really good like bouncing back. But we also did troll, so
yeah, that's fair. I remember we'd also hate. Sorry, I was gonna say I remember we'd always hate like when you've beaten a team and then you got to beat them again. It feels kind of like it's almost like mentally they have the upper hand there because it's like it feels like an upset when you have to beat them again. But
do you feel like that when it's the other way around though? When you lose to a team and then you have to replay them in the final? How would you feel about that, or how did you feel about that in the past?
I feel like the pressure's on them because like they it's in their court, so it's kind of like if you lose again, it's like you've already lost. It's kind of like playing upset feels mentally easier. Because
I've always had this like I feel like every time you play a team and you beat them first, they'll always beat you the second time. Like we beat them to get top 4. Obviously, but then they beat us in the final. Like you always beat them when it's like it's important, but not as important as the second time you'll play them.
Right. Yeah,
that's fair.
And I've noticed like a lot, like a big, like a trend with that for sure.
Yeah,
I was going to ask Justin, will you do anything differently? Don't have to go into specifics, but if that situation arises again, where you're waiting for your match, you guys have talked about that. You've got a plan.
Yeah, we literally right after the series ended, we talked about it, and we already have stuff like plans going. Like this week and next week to practice for that. So.
And how are you gonna, on a different topic, how are you gonna now try to, because you actually a lot of people talked about you trading for Rettles as a win-win because Gen.G needed a ceiling raiser and Shopify needed a floor raiser. So I can kind of get behind that. And now there's even been some evidence of that because Shopify could build on what they're doing. Like it's a good starting point. You guys have obviously started off with a great, best result of the, best result for you. and they're backing up a win in Regional 3, which is MAJICBEAR. So how are you going to try and maintain that? What's the main focus? Is it winning the matches you're supposed to win, or are you like focusing more on the big dogs, the NRGs, the ultimates?
I think we're just focusing it one game at a time. I'm really confident. Like, I know the team in general is just super confident against like the big dogs right now. We were only scrimming the big dogs, so I feel like obviously we won't have like that much like playtime against the like the bubble teams or like the deleteds, the POABs.
Where do you
but
start?
We're so confident.
You start in Swiss this next one?
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, we're confident against every team. I feel like we're just gonna go at a game at a time, and we know we're capable of beating these teams.
So when you guys lost that grand final, what was kind of the vibes or the thoughts? Was it like we can win an event, or was it like I don't know? So what was the team thinking?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it literally right after the final ended. Like even during the final, we were kind of like, let's get the energy up, guys. But again, we were so far off the deep end. Like not the deep end, but we kind of got complacent a little bit, and it was kind of like too late. To regain a little bit. But yeah, no, we know we're capable of it. We're scrimming the top teams. We're doing really well against them. Even like the deleted and the XDs, the deleted and the XDs, the deleted and the POABs, we're doing good against them. So yeah, we're very confident in winning for sure.
Yeah, no, I believe that. I think people who haven't like competed before don't like when your adrenaline spikes like that and you're in a game 7 like that, and then you sit there for an hour and a half. It tires you out.
I didn't even. I was like, that adrenaline in that SSG series was insane. I'm not gonna lie. It's been so long since I felt something like that. But going into the final, I wasn't even like nervous. I was kind of just like existing, and I don't like that feeling.
You were just coasting.
It
tires you out when you sit there.
Yeah,
I think it really does tire. It's like you need to get on the treadmill or something.
I had no adrenaline, and I felt so dead. Like I don't know. It really sucked. I'm not saying that if we went into that final with the same amount of energy into the SSG series, we would have won, but I do believe it would have been closer. It would have been. It would have helped. It would have helped for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fair, especially because it was one-sided. That's fair.
I talk about it a lot. The optimal level of arousal. JB, you know all about it, and I think that you've got to be in the window. You've got to be in that window. You don't want to be. You want to be. It's just the right type of stimulated. And I think that when you have the series off, you're in the zone. You're in that zone in that semi-final. And then you can kind of drop back, and then it's hard to get back in that level. It's hard to get back in that pocket. We need better word choice. That is actually what it's called.
I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect word choice.
It is. If you look it up, I studied it doing exercise science. Stimulation's better. You like stimulation? Okay, now T-Bay's just saying arousal, stimulation. Like now that's annoying me because that's making me sound bad. But yeah, I see it. I think we had it as well. I think maybe we used it too much as copium. Like, oh my god, we have to play the first semi, and that might have affected us too much.
Somebody needs to show us the stats. Like,
do you guys think that there should be a final or a day just for a final
on LAN, like a league,
I've thought about that a lot. Yeah,
or just like change like the final.
I have one way to make this work. I have one way to do that. Because the problem with Rocket League is that we don't want to extend the series long. We did. I mean, you guys have all played a bunch of those.
Best of 3, best of 7s. Boom.
Yeah. Do you like it? I was gonna say surely it's too long.
Okay. I really enjoyed it when we did it on NRG. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I actually did not mind it at all. It is cool. Long, but
it was cool. But
yeah,
I think well, I mean, this happens in CS too. If there's a best of 5 when they do best of 5 sometimes and it's one-sided, it's boring. So I think you just have to take that risk. You have to take the risk of a boring final because that potentially makes a great final at a different LAN. But I think it's cool. Like, the final going to the last day, and it's like grueling. Like by the end of it, it's like you can tell everyone's gassed. But it's like who's gonna push a little bit harder? Like remember that G2 Envy series? That was great. But it does set up some bad series. It's potential to have a terrible final. So
it's risky. Yeah,
it's risky.
Well, I've like suggested an alternative. I think I've talked about this in Shotcast in the past. I've definitely talked about it in my stream a lot, but I like the idea of having multiple regions grand finals back to back to back on the mainstream in a row. And I don't know how that would work with RLCS weekends, but for example,
Like
this upcoming
all on
weekend,
the same day.
yeah, on the mainstream as well. Like, because right now, if you want to watch like MENA, SAM, OCE, APAC, SSA, you got to go to the different stream. But if it just the grand final for all of those regions was in the mainstream, I think it could do two things. Number one, you could build up to the final more, like you're suggesting, and then secondly, you could actually feature the other teams that are going to be at the major on the mainstream. Because every team from another region outside of EU and NA, every team that makes a major probably plays in a final multiple times throughout the split. So it's like giving the viewers a preview of what to expect with those teams. And you could have like OCE followed by who else was on last weekend? MENA, and then who else would work after that? You'd probably have to switch it around a little bit. I feel like you need like more of the eastern regions on one weekend, and then the next one you'd have like the SAM, the NA, something else that would work in that time zone, all in a row, just one after another. But obviously, like not like rammed in, but you can spread it out more. Do like proper build up for a final, not just like a 10-minute like desk segment like we currently have.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. It could be a fun watch, and I agree with what some people in chat were saying. I think the best of set thing would have to be a LAN only thing. I think online it would get a little like, here we go. You know, it's only been 2 weeks since the last NRG, whatever. I wouldn't want to watch that every weekend.
Yeah, it would be a lot.
That's how it felt. RLCS. What season was that? 21? That they did that?
They did it in X, and then they also did it in 21, 22.
Okay. Yeah, it started to get a little repetitive, but I think especially for Worlds that would be sick. Like that would
didn't they have the best of sets in X for semis as well?
They did for the championship.
Was it just the championship, right?
Championship, the whole thing was best of sets, yeah.
Oh, was it?
Because we went to 3 with G2.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Have you guys done a
played the
21
semis,
gamer?
top 4 seed.
What did you say, CJ?
I was saying, have you done a 21 gamer before? Because we did a 3, like the triple best of 7. We did game 7, game 7, game 7 against Ground Zero.
I think ours with G2, Justin, was like multiple 4-2s.
Yeah.
I think.
I think it was 2 4-2s, and then I don't remember the other one.
Because that was a season we'd always win on Neo Tokyo. Like every major we won, it was always game 6, like every single time. I don't know why, but it just happened to be like that. No, 21 games is crazy though.
Yeah, I like the idea of having all the finals on a Sunday though, because it would give like a lot more grandeur to it. Fresh start for the big matches. I think like if you guys think it would make a difference for NA and EU, it would make an even bigger difference for like the other regions, especially OCE, APAC, SSA, where like a final is such a big deal. That's like this. Usually, like the semis and the finals are like especially the finals are like where the major spots are decided. Whereas in EU and NA, it's more like the 5th, 6th matches. Whoever wins those, you're in the door. You've made it top 4 in points. So it would be even bigger for the other regions.
I think it'd be great because I still think the only credit I give the people who miss league play is that at least you knew what the match is tomorrow. Like if let's just talk about this last regional. Justin makes the final. Imagine that whole day. Everyone's like, holy, like Justin's in the final tomorrow. Like I can't wait to wake up and watch that.
Yeah.
Like what's gonna happen. There needs to be a little bit of build up. So I think that would be a cool part of it too.
All right, let's lock it in. Blast, we know you're listening. We can draw up.
Well, we need
after the show.
We need more. Like it's a great idea for Worlds, but the problem is right now we already have such little crowd days to show all the teams. Like you know what I mean? There's already like not enough.
That's another problem.
So we need more crowd days or like a longer Worlds to be able to have that.
One more day.
Yeah.
All we need is one more.
Yeah,
crowd
just
day.
one more day, just to make. Because if you take away one of the crowd days just to have it, top 4 day, we're not going to have too many. Everyone's going to be like, oh my god, we have a top 4 day, but I can't watch like Gen.G in the I'm going to miss my team. Like I've come all this way, and we're only I'm seeing 4 teams or 6 teams or 8 teams. So.
It would be sick though. Can you imagine? It would even work if they like expanded, did like a 2v2 final next year as well. They could do like all the finals on the Sunday, like big gaps in between them.
That'd be cool.
Like whole hour break, like just to do proper content, real like serious build up, because you know who the two teams are going in, so they can make so much content about that one final.
Yeah.
that'd be sick.
Still the saddest part to me about when LANs came back is that we had LANs where half the players don't play on the crowd. I think that's the worst. I get it; it's like a money thing and stuff, but that is the biggest disservice. I think that it was so disappointing.
Family come over and.
I mean, but nowadays don't they already have the venue for?
They made it a little better, right? Yeah, like if every elimination match, I think, right, is in front of crowd.
Yeah.
I think
that was a really good change they made,
isn't it?
Yeah,
but they kind of reverted on it, didn't they?
Yeah, don't two teams not show, or do they all show? Worlds is all top 16.
I think
Majors
Worlds
is just top 8.
showed. Worlds is all top 16, but it's just 8 for majors, which is 2 crowd days, but Worlds is 3. So, I thought that was a really cool solution for Worlds. I like that a lot.
I thought we had a Worlds where there's 203 teams didn't get shown, but everyone else did. Am I crazy?
Oh, we had many, probably like the 2 Worlds before last year, I think.
Yeah, okay.
But or maybe it was just the 1 year before that.
Last year? Yeah, okay,
last year they didn't show it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they did the same format as the previous Texas one, but there was no crowd for the early on.
Yeah, there
is no last chance anymore. I forget.
The first time in Texas they did the double limb groups, and they did, I think, show everything for top 16. But then they had the wild card was the small crowd, which is actually kind of cool, by the way. I like this small crowd for wild card. I don't think you need a massive crowd for all the days at all for it to have that same effect of like, okay, this is serious, this matters a lot.
Even DreamHack, like vibes.
500 passionate fans, 200 passionate fans, like they're gonna get some atmosphere in there. You don't need much.
One extra day.
It's always a big like days of the stadium. Yeah. It's smart. They do that in League of Legends. So they move around all the different venues, and the final day is just like the one day in some massive venue.
It's all money,
though,
isn't it?
All the other days up to it, they're all like smaller venues. So maybe that's the play, is have like small venues for earlier stage.
Yeah, which
it is. E-League had a great environment, and it was just a very small studio, I thought. Yeah,
that was cool.
Those
you really don't need much.
Just a bit of money. Bit of coinage is what it all kind of keeps coming back to. But as someone said, I think 3-day majors, 3 crowd days for majors, 4 crowd days for worlds would be ideal. Maybe next season if we can keep kicking on. Now, as you mentioned, Johnny, we are going to hop over to EU. Now, people are saying the transition sound's still on. I think I've found the button. I'm going to transition over.
I'm going to quick bathroom break while you guys talk about this EU.
Tell me you guys didn't hear that.
Timing,
all right,
I'll be back in time.
He heard EU. I'm out of it.
Enough of that.
Did you guys hear the transition sound? Let me know. But we've got EU4 coming up, obviously, this week. And main event tomorrow.
Tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
And here are the 2 groups. Did anyone hear no sound? Okay, perfect.
Nice.
What's going on here? We had the big upset with Synergy went 3-0, so they're one of the top seeds for Group B. They've got BDS
AJG
straight away.
AJG still in Europe. It's pretty cool.
That's a tough
with
round.
I'm just hyped for Gentlemates. That's what I'm looking forward to watching.
Really?
Gentlemates with Eugen. They had a bit of a struggle in qualifying. It was a tough run though. Very tough draw.
Yeah.
Having to go through KC and NIP.
Yeah, well they 3-0'd everyone they beat, so
they did.
That's could be worse. Could be worse.
Look at the runs here. Synergy 3-0, and they've played Bills Balls, Cloud Esport, and then fast forward. And then you've got NIP having to go KC, GK, Gentlemates. Thank you. Bruno has cooked once again. Bruno has absolutely
No, but actually,
cooked.
we can't fully blame Bruno for this because NIP did troll in qualifying. They lost one of their qual matches because they failed to check in. So they lost round 1 to the check-in bot, and that screwed their seeding. So it made everybody have to play them sooner than you'd expect. So KC got NIP round 1. And then Gentlemates got them in round 3. And then obviously, when you're done round 3 there as Gentlemates, you're thinking, okay, cool, we lose to NIP because they're a good team in the 2-0 round. all good. We're just gonna go play some normal team in round 4. We've got Karmine Corp in round 4.
just
Great.
happened?
Why do we have Karmine Corp in round 4? That's right, because NIP beat them in round 1 because they trolled their seeding by qualifying 17th seed or something. So it's a little bit of Bruno shenanigans, but also NIP just deciding to suck in the qual.
But it's like
really
one
good in the game.
team creates an upset and it ruins everyone else's run.
Yes.
Which is tough for those teams. But I don't think
It's
we've
why
had any
Swiss
big
is
upsets.
not perfect. Swiss is good because you get so many tries, but that can happen even outside of Bruno. This used to happen a lot, where somebody would, just lose when they're supposed to win, and now they're in a later round. Another team reaches round 5, and they're like, "Why do we have to play these guys? What? That's not fair." Oh, it's because they trolled earlier in the day. Nice, cool. Now we have to play them. All right.
Thanks, guys. But here's our groups. As we said, all kicks off tomorrow. Today, maybe, if you're watching on the VOD on YouTube. You're excited to see Gentlemate game. They're going to have BDS round 2. That's looking like the juiciest. I guess Dig GK is kind of the other. Group B is definitely. Oh, actually, we've got NIP KC.
I'm curious how. Yeah, I was about to say. I'm curious how that KC NIP series goes. Again, like on a rematch.
Yeah, because they destroyed them in the Swiss.
This is their split.
NIP 100% is a good round 1. That's like a 100% who came 6th or 7th last split. No, 6th.
Yeah,
that are top 4.
And
Oh,
will the
no,
Roadhog?
Who's on this team
Will
again?
the Roadhog still be out?
100% is the
Acro, Resi, yeah.
Luis, Resi. So they had a solid last split, but I think they probably overperformed expectations last split.
Definitely.
And now NIP are looking really good. Itachi's in the Roadhog, so what are they going to do? I mean, you're not winning a 50-50 against Itachi right now. Yeah.
Is he
Put him on
staying
every
in there?
kickoff. Like, he's
Surely
winning that.
not. Surely he doesn't stay in the Roadhog. I thought it was just
I
trolling.
bet he is. I mean, they qualified 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, he's been
They beat
using
everyone.
3-0'd in Swiss, so I don't see why not.
Yeah,
I am very curious, though.
Is that like the Oli Batmobile move? just like accidentally plays good in it, so he's stuck in it now. And if they lose and he's
No,
in a
but
Fennec,
Oli
he has to go
didn't
back.
play it. Oli didn't play it in the
Lanny
major.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so disappointing. You should have played it in the major for sure, even if it was terrible in scrims. Just like the mental edge you get pulling up on a car that nobody respects. It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, if I load into a match and someone good is on the Roadhog, I'm gonna be very confused. It definitely throws you off a little bit, I think.
Get ready to watch Cheese on the Roadhog. Get hyped.
Oh no.
He's been using
inspired?
He was
Oh
using
my
it.
god.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Only
Only cheese. Only cheese.
This is a classic cheese move. How do we want to do this in? Like, I know last week we did full predictions. Obviously, we don't have time. We're going to do that today. But I was thinking, should we maybe rank the teams, or perhaps just give a little thoughts on?
We could do early major predictions, I think, because the split hasn't started yet. Gentlemates have upgraded the roster. NIP are looking for revenge after missing last major. Dig and GK trying to hold on to those spots that aren't looking so safe. Who do you guys think makes the major?
Man,
apart from
my
KC,
gut-
of course, because they're gonna make it.
I don't know. This
Yeah.
looks like so many good teams here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, my gut wants to say honestly the same thing I predicted split 1 with like Gentlemates taking that 4th spot. You know, NIP in there, and then obviously the guaranteed 2 in my head at least, K Corp and Vitality. But Dig throws me off because they look so consistent.
They
on
get
their
the
day
good brackets
1 and
as
2s.
well.
Yeah, and
They
they haven't wasted any of their opportunities. Like when they get a good bracket, you know what I mean? Like they seem pretty consistent. So they're what throw me off. And NIP keeps getting on K Corp or Vitality side. Every single time they have to play K Corp or Vitality second. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go K Corp, Vitality, NIP Gentlemates. Sorry, not BDS. That's what I'm gonna go for.
If
This
it's
is
hard.
tough.
I'll go. I'll say the same. I'm gonna leave Gentlemates out. I think if I saw this bracket and Gentlemates and Dig have swap spots, I'd actually have Gentlemates. But I just can see Gentlemates kind of just losing, getting bracket locked or unlocked again. And I think Dig will make it. So I'll go NIP, Vitality, KC, and Dig. But I'm not sure about Dig this time. But obviously everyone's kind of hopped off GK by the sounds of things. So yeah, I'll throw Dig in instead of Gentlemates.
Justin, do you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Ever since like last season, like the rumors of this NIP team, I rated them pretty highly. I think all 3 players are just individually like insane, and I think they could be like an insane team. So I'm probably gonna have to go with the same with Garrett and do like any NIP, KC, Gentlemates, and Vitality. I think those are like top 4 for me.
So no love for GK, man. I'm also not good to predict GK, so I guess GK is
It's kind of just a
losing
question
the
mark for
spot.
me. I don't really watch much EU,
They'd
to
go on
be
a crazy
honest,
run.
but I'm not saying that these players are bad at all. Obviously,
No, they're
they're
great.
not. But
Yeah.
I feel like there's more talent on the other teams.
This is an interesting one. I really like KC Vitality, of course. I also think NIP are making it. You all said NIP, so we're all agreed to that. For some, yeah, I mean NIP. I thought they were making it, and then GK decided to win the regional, so they kind of got scammed a little bit last time.
Crazy.
I don't think they get scammed again. For me, it's between Dig and Gentlemates, and the question is, can Gentlemates get that fresh kind of mentality just reset? Because yeah, they went 3-2 in qualifying, but then for this one, but they lost to KC and NIP, so it's not the end of the world. Like
And
I
they
said,
did.
they 9-0
They
their other
9-0'd.
matches.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think they're looking pretty good. I mean, yeah, Dignitas. It's really hot. It's tough. Dignitas are just like quietly also going 9-0, and qualifying.
Did they
over
really?
some decent
I didn't
teams.
realize
Yeah, they
that.
went 9-0 and Swiss just straight up 9-0.
Oh yeah, they
They
did.
beat the new
And they
BDS
3-0'd
team.
BDS.
Nico
Wow.
Giek, Mitzer, they 3-0'd those guys. So yeah, maybe Dig are actually just like the team I should be predicting, and Gentlemates are the team who have to prove it. But I don't know. I like a roster move. I for some reason like roster move going into the last split. It just seems smart. So
I'm
I
biased
like
for that
Gentlemates'
reason
chances.
too. Yeah, I'm just more excited for the team, I think.
I've seen the Eugen Twitter montage videos, and he's pretty gross. So
He's pretty good.
I'm gonna
So I'll lean
put my belief
Gentlemates
into
for now
him.
because I like the roster move. I like
Yeah.
just roster moves in general before last split. But none of the top EU teams made one. So NIP, Vitality, NIP weren't one of the top 4. But yeah, Dig, GK, Vitality, KC, none of the major teams made a roster move this time, or even NIP, number 5. So maybe this is the season where EU actually just
Get
sucks
worse. Yeah.
in split 2.
How good is this BDS team? I haven't really heard of these players before, to be honest. I'm very out of the loop.
Solid. They're solid. I mean, Nico is a young Danish player. He's part of the new Danish Rocket League generation. Like Denmark used to be really good way back in the day. Then they just had no players. But yeah,
and then more
16.
French players. Great.
Yeah, the French took over.
They're taking over.
Mitzer's also been on the radar for about a year and a half, a couple of years now. Like I think he was quite highly rated in the French scene, and now making pretty consistent runs in EU. He's gaining a lot of that respect. I mean, I feel like Eugen just won the battle against players like Mitzer, Giek, Matt. All these guys were like, pick me, Gentlemates. I want to be the next best French player. But Eugen just did it better than everyone else. So they're not quite Eugen right now, but they're good. They're good players.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're also not at their peak potential either. I think they've got more to give.
I think
they're like a Team Queso split away from being a top team. I feel like I think it could just randomly happen. Yeah, I mean, no one.
It's a good take.
Team Queso before that split is like no one thought they were making the major. Like, they were top. They weren't even top 8. I don't think, right? They were like.
I saw Joyo in scrims when we boot
They
camped.
were,
it was nice.
They were 7. I don't want to
But then they're like winning a regional all of a sudden. Like it was kind of random.
Go on,
like.
toot your horn.
Well, I don't want to toot our own horn, but we did predict them to win that regional that they won on the pre-show because we liked what we were seeing. But yeah, no, don't like to talk about correct predictions we've made, as you guys know.
Debates,
it might have come out of left field for.
I saw Joyo in scrims. I'm telling you, we boot camped. I don't know what it was before that. What was it before Queso won? Was it
Stockholm?
Yes, in Sweden. We scrimmed Queso, and I ain't seen someone move like that since I saw MAJICBEAR on Torrent. And there's the 2 players, Joyo, MAJICBEAR, and look at them now.
Actually Joyo and MAJICBEAR.
Look at them absolutely blossom. I mean, call me a prophet, but when I see someone in scrims move different, I see them move different, and he was. So, yeah, there you go. I also predicted them.
Yeah,
just based on that.
Okay, so we're 9th equal in the fall split. But there was something there. I think it was the last regional before Stockholm. We were like, nah, wait, this team's actually like, they're so close. It just looked like they had it, but not, not quite. Yeah, it wasn't a completely like shot in the dark. I wouldn't put the Nico Matt Mitzer team quite there, but they're very good. They are very good.
Yeah, I think ninth to winning a major 2 splits later is crazy though. That's a crazy trajectory. Like
they went game 7 with Dig in their final regional before Stockholm. They lost, and Dig were like very good at that point, top 3.
That was a scrub
I think that's
Dig, right?
kind of scrub killer Jory Jack. So that's I think why we were quite high on them. We saw the glimpse.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to be as good as they were though. I'm not trying to say that. I thought they might just win a regional here or there. They were kind of goated.
Speaking of, I can't get this going, but now Justin's here as well. All I can think about now is MAJICBEAR. Did you guys see the clip? The people, actually Gen.G Rocket League found the clip of Chalkcast early days when I first mentioned MAJICBEAR and Scrim. You guys want to?
I was in that clip.
And Justin was there. That's right. He was on this ep.
No way.
I think Garrett was on it. Hang on, let me pull up the clip. I just need to add.
I was on the episode?
I'm not sure. Let me just pull it up for us. Yes, it was.
Wait, so we've been doing this since like that long? Just after Stockholm? I guess that's when it started, maybe. That's crazy.
Yes, it's been a little bit. How's this gonna? Hang on.
No, we're not gonna do the full predictions like we did last week. This week we're not gonna make we might do it on the Patreon. We do some prediction like short episodes of the Patreon, but we're not gonna do it live this time.
I've got it here, but I don't know how to get an audio for it. What am I doing?
Right, put it in the chat for people.
Maybe I'll just put it in the chat. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, just put it in the chat. Audio listeners, unlucky.
Oh,
wait, maybe we can find a link and send the link to Fernando. Put it in the description.
I don't know why I can't add a. I put. It's not going to work, but you can find the clip. Fernando will link it for you guys to see. But let me just paraphrase. I said, I said Joyo. I said MAJICBEAR on Torrent's looking nice, and Torment's like, yeah, we don't really scrim Torrent, so I couldn't tell you. Like Torment didn't know. Like he didn't.
Torment's egoing MAJICBEAR.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, we don't really scrim Torrent, so like I guess he was like MAJICBEAR. He had no idea about it. So yeah, he didn't even believe back in the day. But yeah,
CJ talks about it all the time. That's right. The Patreon episode where we talked about mythical Rocket League players. Scrims MAJICBEAR was one of CJ's nominations. So he he's never stopped talking about Scrims.
It's a great call to James. Our first Patreon episode, we did mythical Rocket League players. Remember that Reddit?
Was that the first one?
Apparently,
No
someone said.
Oh, that's easy to find.
Maybe it's one of the first ones. Yeah, Justin, we did like mythical Rocket League players. Like, what if this happened? Or like Scrims MAJICBEAR, or what were some other examples, Johnny? We did.
I wish I could remember.
Another good one would be like Justin on 0 seconds is like a mythical Rocket League player.
Yeah. There was somebody motivated someone who I don't remember who the motivated player was. But somebody motivated. I guess that applies to
Swiss Jories.
Swiss Jories is
oh my gosh.
mythical.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's it. That's a great one. We could revisit that one now. LJ versus non-NA teams. Job security redosing. Yes. Trade deadline redosing. Yeah, we had some absolute bangers.
12-year-old scrub killer.
I think we should run that one back. But have we wrapped up EU? Because we got a couple of other regions.
We just did our EU. I mean, we're kind of expecting
early predictions.
Our top 4s to make the major. Like whoever we said to make the major, that's probably the same top 4. This format's kind of goated. Picking the actual top 4.
Yeah, we'll quickly hop over then. We won't go too in depth, but we do have APAC and South America as well. coming at you this weekend. I'll pull up here. We got APAC. It's interestingly enough.
No.
For
Cringe.
this one.
APAC have got a full EU team, bro.
Yeah,
this is so
but-
cringe.
Actually, no, they did go 3-0 as well, didn't they? Koi.
It's Koi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Koi.
Yeah, Kai.
So they've gone 3-0. Koi, Movistar Koi, Ocelon, Tekos, and Tho. So now we've got our first full EU team. Before we were kind of hanging on Luminosity, still having Sphinx. Obviously, we saw them dominate OCE. They're now the big brothers over at the major. But I like to see Realize's team, Maxu, Furlash, Realize with Homie coaching. They also went 3-0. So we'll be rooting for those guys. We love Realize. Hopefully he can put in a good performance. My goat. Everyone loves Realize. But yeah, I mean, it's getting
Who's
into
this team,
SSA
actually?
territory.
That team beat they took him to game 5. Or the full EU team, Ocelon, Tekos, Tho.
Can't
Cringe.
believe admins
Absolute cringe
changed
lights.
our name. That's a great team name. And you guys can't see it. Let me scroll up. Yeah, someone's name is actually. Can't believe admin. Oh no, you can't see it. You can see it on the. Or did they not make it? Anyway,
looks like
you guys
maybe they're
can't see me
17.
hover over here, but
They're 17-32. They didn't make main.
oh, it's down here. You can see, yeah. They went 5 and didn't make it, and Presses have I don't know how to say that. Who are they? Okay, so this
How many
is
spots does
this
APAC
is a
get?
mix.
It's one, right?
Yep. We've got a Ziz from
Yeah, hopefully
Malaysia.
it goes to a team with an actual APAC player on the roster. 'cause
Yeah.
there's-
Oh,
or,
I think go
maybe-
for Kinnetrope. That's kind of the team. You get like the full APAC
Kinnetrope
team.
would be a great one. Yeah, full APAC team. That would be sick. Yeah, Sphinx is probably the best actual APAC player right now. So even though he's playing with 2 non-APAC players, it's still good seeing him find success. Locomotive Esports, the full APAC team of like former LAN players. So I mean, there's some teams in the mix here, but anyone but Koi, Tho, Tekos, Ocelon, what are we doing? Like,
Don't do that.
this
Don't do
this
the
is,
SSA.
This is just full cringe.
Don't do it to us.
Well, I don't know. It's just embarrassing at this point. We need to start like a Rocket League Hall of Shame for players who
Hall
have done
of
it.
shame.
Yeah, forget the Hall of Fame.
South America, Justin, this region that you love when they hop over to North America and take your spots.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Sam?
What is it? This region gets 2, right?
Yeah, Furious Secret.
Razor's back in Sam too.
What team? Yeah, what team is he on now?
He's on the Corinthians.
Rio.
team?
Yes.
They went 3-0.
Oh,
Esports.
who's he
Oh,
teaming
wow.
with though?
Drops and Brad.
Well, they didn't get to play Secret or anything. But
Drops Brad.
it'd be cool to see Razor make it.
I'd
I
love to
think-
see
Yeah.
Raze will make it.
And Secret seem a little vulnerable.
Well, maybe
little
not
bit.
in
They don't
Sam,
seem-
but
yeah.
definitely at the major they didn't look great. I don't know if that'll affect them.
Yeah.
Do we think? What's our predictions for these major predictions? Furia and who?
Pure, I hope, prediction. Give me the bull.
Give us
Yeah,
the
I'm
ball.
I'm gonna go
good
Bull
at
as
that.
well.
Give me the bull.
Yeah.
Because I was so
wanna see
uninspired
him.
by Team Secret. I mean, I thought Ma, like KV1, Swift, that's a solid team, but they were so uninspirational the major. I don't want to see that again. They need to like win a regional before I want to see it. If they can beat Furia, okay, fair enough. You know, we want to see you back, but I was uninspired.
Yeah. I was
by their
going to
major
say
performance.
the Prince, but on the jungle, PJ, but he did get swept by the Bull, so maybe the Bull just owns Sam. Good to see. Hopefully they can put
He's
him
back home. Maybe he'll be feeling good. You know,
He's
Said
not
he was feeling
homesick.
homesick.
Feeling
I
nice.
been him.
Yeah, make sure you tune
He had
in.
enough.
Make sure you tune into.
He wanted the Argentinian barbecue. He's sick of the Texas barbecue over there.
You reckon?
Yeah, they've got barbecue drama like a lot of the South
Barbecue
American
drama.
countries. What Texas?
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's like, our barbecue's better than yours kind of deal.
It's true. There is
Tough.
beef between the states.
All right,
Yeah,
make,
beef. I know they do pork on the barbecue as well. Chicken.
Okay.
make sure you tune into South America and APAC this weekend. And yeah, hopefully we can see some good results over there, some good matches as well as EU. Let's finish off this episode because I don't want to keep Justin too long. He's a very busy man. Now he's making
Yeah.
top
Oh, yeah.
twos. He's on the grind again. He wants to hop back on ranked. We got some Patreon questions as I'm trying to scroll through. Here's a little quick one from Phoenix. Crunchy or soft peanut butter, Justin? What do you like?
Oh, I can
Crunchy
answer.
or
for
Oh,
soft?
yeah.
Oh, just like
Yeah,
a couple
I
of
get Garrett does.
Garrett, you answer that.
Oh,
Answer for him.
I think Justin hates peanut butter. No?
I
Don't you
hate
just
peanut
hate
butter.
peanut butter?
I hate
Yeah.
peanut butter.
Oh.
Yeah.
I actually do
What?
know a lot about you. That's crazy.
Wow.
I just instantly knew.
Absolutely.
Maybe we
despise
should
it.
team again, Justin. No, I'm just kidding. Please. No, I'm just kidding.
CJ cosplay holding.
Kronos, is it a mechanical barrier? This one's for Justin, so I'd like to know what he thinks. Is it a mechanical barrier or playstyle difference that needs to change for NA to catch up to EU? What are your thoughts on your region? What's holding them back potentially?
Fundamentals for sure. Play style. I think NA's pretty mechy, but we're just stupid. Like if you watch KC play, like it does not look like NA at all. Or it's like even EU in general. Like I feel like it's always been like that, but I feel like it's more apparent, like more noticeable recently. I definitely think like fundamentals.
Interesting.
Is that what you guys focused on when you did beat EU together?
Me and Justin?
Yeah. Well, CJ,
Bro, what?
CJ,
I don't know
guess
what.
plays Takeo one time.
I'm not
What
gonna
did
lie.
we focus on,
I mean,
Justin? I
Takeo.
don't think we focused on much.
We literally, it's what I said earlier. It's like we were at the top, not worrying about anything. We didn't think about anything. We were kind of just there. But it was like
Hmm.
we
Well,
were
because
there,
we
but
would
it was-
just
we were
choke
so good.
finals even
Yeah.
before RLCS. We would just choke finals, so it wasn't even like it was just like mental. I just remember Turbo came in and like the mental change for sure.
Yeah.
Like and like it was just different. But sorry, go
I
ahead,
also
CJ.
I
felt
predicted
like-
you guys to win so many finals. I had a terrible grand finals win streak or like predictions record because I always predicted you guys to win from like season 4 onwards.
Nah, we were a different
It
team in
came
the
through
finals.
eventually. It came
when
through.
Turbo first came into the team, like I actually felt like I don't know, it felt like a weird feeling, but in a good way. Like I felt so safe with him on my team.
Yeah, well,
What a
my
man.
theory, my theory on that is always that me and Fire were really serious people.
Yeah.
Like when we were when we would focus, we were no jokes. Like we were locked in, and then Turbo, we're
Yeah.
in the final, and Bro's like, I don't know, he's just like goofy and
Turbo
laughing.
accent just trolling. Yeah.
And Justin was also laughing. I just remember you. I feel like you were very comfortable more so than
Yeah.
before. Like, and
Yeah.
obviously it spread to me too, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a little bit. I still remember the in Stockholm with you guys and Squishy's like, Garrett, just calm down, bro. We're playing Sam. Just play normal. And you
Yeah,
you were locked.
We lost like one game, and Squishy was telling me to chill, but I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, I remember I almost peaked like 5 times in a row, but I like barely missed. So no, Squishy was always a like, if things weren't going well, it was like slow down. He always wanted everyone to slow down. I remember that.
Yeah.
Against era.
We were really stressed that event. It was bad. That was the most down bad I was after we were down 1-2.
Sweden major?
Yeah,
Bro, I have never
was peak
heard
emo.
you. I have never heard you so devastated in my entire life.
well, it's
like-
like everything was going wrong. Like
Normally you're the one with the positive mindset, and you're
going
trying to
wrong?
get me and Squishy back
Well-
into it. But it was me and Squishy trying to get you back into it. That
well,
time.
that is well, but and then even the day before, it was like we were arguing with the admins about stuff.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
nothing was going right. Like it was peak emo.
Wait, what
we
was the
were
argument?
quarantined.
my
What was the
name
wait,
change.
admin. Oh,
Hey,
the name.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
where I called the admins out on Twitter.
The light was too bright. Remember that? And Squishy
Yeah.
has really thick glasses, so he actually couldn't see. Like
Yeah.
genuinely, like he has like really thick
Yeah,
glasses, and it was because I could. It was reflecting off mine too, but it was like not that big of a deal because I don't have. He has like a -8 prescription or something crazy.
Jeepers, okay.
Like he's got a crazy prescription.
Yeah.
It was a bad event. It was but hey, we brought it back.
I mean,
that's why,
it was
that's
actually
why
a
we
good
were happy
event.
about it.
You remember the turning point? That was good times.
Oh yeah, we were in the shuttle at night, and our driver was the same every night. He was blasting like this. What was it? Like house music?
Yeah, I've got his
Yeah,
playlist on
yeah, yeah.
Spotify still. He sent me he's a DJ. He makes his own
We were
stuff.
like
No
we were
way.
like we were like deliriously far gone. We were all like dancing in the shuttle and stuff, and it was
No
just
way.
like
That was the
it
turning
so
point?
fun. Yeah, and
That's
then,
so cool.
You know, it was fun. That's why when we were getting slapped around by BDS, we're like, we'll take it. We somehow have gotten second. We'll take it.
do you think it was
Then
like
you nearly accidentally won the second series
Accidentally
as well.
had
like, on
fun.
that
Because we
one.
stopped trying.
Yeah.
We stopped trying.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
swear. We were just
We had
like,
fun.
let's just play.
Just
Yeah,
play.
we was, and then people were making fun of us for it. We went to game 7 after getting slapped.
Yeah.
The first series.
I couldn't believe the outrage coming from like NA at
Oh
you
my
guys.
gosh, it
for
was
coming
ridiculous.
second. I was like, I was confused by that.
Do you
guys
think,
did
yeah, me
really
too.
want the second
do you
series.
think it was the pressure, like obviously the NA versus EU? It's been a while, the online split. Do you think that's why you're a little bit more on edge at that event? Like you got a little
Oh,
bit,
100%.
yeah. You the
We
Yeah.
haven't been to LAN in 2 years. We wanted to win
Hey,
so bad.
it also was the first like event after COVID.
All
so-
the like veterans were nervous. It wasn't just you guys. It was all of them. Like Vitality bombed out. Envy with Turbo were not like comfortable at all.
I was pretty.
I
Did
was
Very
surprised.
Peak,
He had
Was
food
it- was-
poisoning.
yeah, he
he
had food
did, he had
poisoning
food
that event,
poisoning.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
he
that was
did,
rough.
Which that majorly sucks. But I mean,
Yeah.
across the board, we thought the vets would have like an advantage, but it didn't seem that way at all. It seemed like
Mhm.
the rookies, if anything, were
We thought
more
that too.
comfortable because they just didn't know like what they were getting into. The rookies were just chilling, and all the vets
We weren't
were
we
panicking.
weren't excited. We were nervous of expectations. Whereas I think if your
Mhm.
first LAN, you're just like, all right, let's do it.
This is
like,
cool. Yeah.
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 You already have
was, like,
pre-cope.
people forget how it was such an anticipated LAN. It was a crazy
Oh.
LAN.
We
And
were
it was
nervous
no
about
crowd.
the COVID tests every
Yeah.
day.
Oh
too.
no,
like,
that was stressful.
we were
Waking
being
up at 7 in the
quarantined.
morning.
It just wasn't like a good environment because of all that stuff. Like it was a very high stress thing to me. Like I was so
They
nervous.
kept
that
on giving us
test
eggs
positive.
in the hotel, just like your
Hard-boiled
breakfast.
eggs.
Here's like a hard-boiled egg,
Hard-boiled egg.
or is it hard-boiled egg, an apple, and a cracker, maybe some butter if you're lucky. And I was like, what is going on? This isn't
It
breakfast.
felt like prison
What are they
camp.
doing
Like
in
there's
Sweden?
nothing worse
Yeah.
than waking up at 7 in the morning. You're still asleep. Open your door and then just getting something shoved up your nose. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. It was.
And then you're supposed to go back to sleep because your call time or whatever is not for another 2 hours. You can't sleep. You're waiting for your like test to come through, and if it's positive, you're quarantined. You don't
The
leave
LAN
your
didn't
rooms.
start
It's so
till-
stressful.
Yeah, the test was
I
at
can't
like
even
7
imagine
a.m.
playing.
and the LAN started at like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was already pitch black outside. It was like
Uh-huh.
it was like kind of depressing. I was like, how do people live here in the winter? This is crazy. It was like get dark at like 2 p.m. I was like, oh my god.
It gets dark at 2. Yeah,
It was
it's like
rough.
2 hours of sunlight.
Yeah, imagine if that
It's,
was your first LAN.
Crazy.
And you're like, is this what it's like? I don't want to come back.
But at the
You're
same
not allowed
time,
to go into other rooms.
you know, the
Right.
crazy thing is, at the same time, it absolutely cleared, like, just being at home, quarantined
Oh,
at
yeah.
home. I don't know what
Just
they were
doing
also
something. Oh, yeah,
recommending
by
for you
far, yeah.
guys, but it was like so much better. It was mega stressful. I can't even imagine having to compete under those circumstances because it was hard enough to just like cast that
Yeah.
line. So stressful, thinking, am I working today? Am I in the hotel for the rest of the week?
And you
Super
start
stressful.
feeling you
But
like a
it
scratchy
cleared
throat or
being at home.
something, and you're like, oh no.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh no.
You cough once. Oh
Yeah.
no. this is bad.
Yeah, but it was so much better. Like we were just so excited to finally have any line of any way, shape,
Yeah,
or form.
it was
so
cool. It was
class.
memorable for sure.
Yeah, super memorable.
Let's get in another question here though. Not John. For Justin, if you do make the major, what international teams are you most scared of playing? And do you think you could make a top 8 or higher? Obviously KC is scary, but you got teams like Falcons and Twisted Minds or even Dig could be a bad matchup. So curious if you have any surprising choices on teams you don't want to play.
I'm
That's
not
a
really
detail.
scared of any of the teams, honestly. I'm more just excited to like play international competition and just like gain knowledge on what these teams are doing. Like in that perspective of being a player. Because we see it from like the third person perspective watching the replays and stuff, but I want to know how it feels in the game. I'm not really scared. I'm more looking forward to it. Like I want to play the KCs. I want to play like the Vitalities, like all those top teams. Like
good.
the Falcons. Like I'm excited.
Give
If
us
we
the
were
Did
to,
you
like,
scrim
make
any
a
of
line.
them when they were in NA for previous
No,
lines
we
in
actually
North
got
America?
Dono walled. They did not like us.
No.
No.
Yeah,
Name names. Was it Farah?
That is cringe. Who
I don't
know well
I don't know.
Justin? What are you doing? That's
Kidding me?
ridiculous.
Kidding me right
Are
now?
you serious?
I think the only teams they were scrimming were like the teams who made the event, obviously from an A, and probably like Snowmen. I think, right?
Yeah,
Was that
because
it?
they were friends
It
with
was
them.
Snowmen.
They
They
gave
were
him a
friends with
scrim.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was it.
Yeah, I've heard that NA teams who make it struggle to get good French scrims too.
Yeah.
A lot of times. Like it's not that easy.
We'll have to talk to Farah. I think he's
we might have
he's
to
gatekeeping
have some
the
words here.
North Americans, which
That was
isn't good
insane.
enough. Justin, how much of the improvement that we've seen? How much of the improvement we've seen on Justin's comeback falls on the mentality shift he's had? He seems a lot more positive even before the Gen.G move.
I mean, probably quite a bit, honestly. Like I said, when I was on Shopify, my time there, I was talking to a sports psychologist that Shopify has. So every week we would have meetings and just talk about anything, really. And he would give me like different things to do, what to eat, what to do before practice, how to go about my day type of stuff. And obviously I still have my moments where like I'm super self-critical of myself. Like I hold myself to a very high standard. So if I feel like I'm not performing at that standard, I'm going to get like, not emo, but I'll get kind of annoyed and like, oh crap, whatever. But I've definitely been better with like, dude, the 2021 me was like horrid on stream. Like I know a lot of people nowadays are like, dude, I can't watch a Justin stream because like back in the day he used to be so like emo and depressing on stream. Like just this vibe he gives off. Like I can't watch him anymore. But like I'm not really like that anymore. On stream I'm just like trolling. If I'm losing a game, I'm banging my desk, but it's not like out of actual anger. It's just like I don't know. It's just
It's
I
funny.
just like it's funny. Yeah.
I never got
Deserving.
that vibe. Who says that? I never
Dude,
got that
a
vibe from your
lot
streams. I don't
of the
understand that.
community. I feel like a lot of the community, like I don't know if despise is the right word, but they just like I don't know. They don't like me. I guess I don't know. It's just
They
weird.
probably just don't understand sarcasm.
Maybe and that too. Yeah. I mean I don't know.
You're
but
very sarcastic on stream as well.
yeah. I'm a troll, man. At the end of the day, I'm a troll. I like to mess around. I like to bait people a lot. Like I don't know. But I even said it in the Gen.G interview last week, or 2 weeks ago now, I guess. I mean, I'm not really the same as I am anymore. I'm more positive on stream, and I like to mess around a lot more. You don't really see me ever like, oh, I'm dog shit, I'm washed. Like I do that, but as a joke. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I better retire. Like I just fucking suck at this game. Like blah blah blah. All that. I'm not really like that anymore. So I'm up good, especially after this final. Like I have nothing but good things to say about anything, like everything that's going around me right now. So I'm up good.
Nice. So Justin, a different question here. This one is, wait, is it from Johnny?
It
Someone
is
else
from
called John. It's from Johnny. It's not from me. It's another Johnny. He says, which two players would you want to team with that aren't from NA? If you had to team. New rules come out. Former world champions are not allowed to team with their own region. Who do you pick?
So like if I were to pick, like,
I just made it up. I made up some ridiculous hypothetical where this would apply to you. But yeah, if you couldn't play with anyone from NA, but you could also handpick your teammates, who would you choose?
I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe CJ's from Australia.
Get in there, CJ.
No, give us a serious one. Come
No,
on.
I'm just kidding.
Honestly, this is hard. I mean, there's so many players, but my one pick would probably be Oski. I rate him insanely high. I think that kid's gross. I think he's insane. So probably Oski, and then maybe like a Rawas or like a TRK maybe could be fun. Like minus the language barriers and all that could be kind of cool.
Rawas has a video, or he's in one of apparently Jack's recent videos, like comming in English, and it's really funny. I'd recommend you watch it. It's apparently Jack, Rawas, and Kalirs, the twins, and they're all in 6-mans because the servers were dead and getting DDoSed, so they just all queued 6-mans, and it was Jack and the twins, and they're all coming in English. It's hilarious. So that might give you an insight into your dream teammate there.
I
TRK's
think
English
for me,
is not quite as good. I'll be honest.
I think for me it'd be Oski, Rawas probably would be an interesting one.
What player do you like? Enjoy watching the most, or do you want to not be like because you're like one of the pros? But you're kind of everyone has that pro that you're like you want to. Okay, what camera settings is this guy rocking? Like, what's his current setup? Who's that pro for you?
Yeah. Right now, probably Drawley. Honestly, I think like he's he's very mechanical, but also the decision he makes, like on and off ball, like just his like decision making in general is just very like good, very top tier. Obviously, because he's winning events and stuff. But I do believe like he's honestly I feel like he's the smartest player in the game. And on top of that, like super like up there with mechanics as well.
He's man. Garrett, you got one?
What, for players like that?
Yeah, give
Like
me
to
yours.
watch? I mean, I think Draw is the best player in the world, so that's kind of boring, but probably say the same thing. I mean, I always watch the Nupo streams too, but that's just like watching. His POV is unique. Like, bro's just
He's moving.
kind of tweaking.
He's
What's some
holding
of
moving
the
the whole
tweaks?
time. Yeah, he's just like full speed. But yeah, Drawley's definitely fun to watch because it's like he's not really trying to do too much, but he is up there, best mechanics in the world.
Yeah.
So he's fun to watch.
Like a most
And
efficient.
Nas is also like that for me. He just seems really smart, even though he's mechanically so good.
Yeah, they know when to use their mechanics at the right time. It's kind of
Yeah.
like what I used to do back in the day, where like when I first joined NRG, I was like this super mechanical player, but then like after we won Worlds or like during that era, I kind of like shifted into kind of becoming more of a complete player than just relying on mechanics. So, but they're doing that to like a whole nother level, like those players. Absolutely insane.
All right, two more. This quick one, Justin from Dumont. What's your favorite extra mode? You mentioned that you didn't practice on Shopify. You just played extra mode. So which?
Okay, relax. It's
What was
not
your
that I didn't
favorite?
practice on Shopify, but okay. I'm gonna give you the order in all of them out of the 4 that are in rotation. Drop shot number 1. Wish it was more alive. I don't know why it's so dead, but drop shot is easily the best mode for me, or my favorite.
Good game.
Hoops number 2. Snow day number 3. Rumble. Yeah, Rumble's Rumble. let me
Snow
tell you.
day over Rumble.
I
Snow
have
Day over Rumble's hot take.
I have the
bold.
worst luck in the world. Like I'm
okay.
very unlucky.
You're bad at
So
Mario
having
Kart.
RNG, yeah, exactly. So having RNG come into play in this game is not a good combination with me. So I get the worst power-ups at the worst time, and it's the most frustrating thing ever. So I give up, and I just play something else.
Well, that Rumble
They
tournament
need
was
to
crazy.
they need to make the Rumble power-ups appear. I'm gonna keep saying it till they do it. They got to make the Rumble power-ups spawn where the big boost pads are, and give us a recharge boost like drop shot. Fixed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like racing to a
you
boot
don't
to a
randomly.
spike.
Yeah, you gotta go grab the floaty. Like it's not boost. It's like a plunger, floaty plunger icon. Because then you can like
Who's?
you can power up. You can deny power-ups. We're power-up stealing the opponents.
Yes.
We like boost stealing.
We were getting so
And you
tilted
can
in that Rumble
see-
tourney.
You can see when somebody picks up plunger, and you can play.
That was so troll.
Right now, like Rumble, it's just like everybody's got Schrodinger's plunger. They either, you've seen them use a different power up, or they have it. They could have it at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have you have to respect the plunger at all times, or the haymaker, all the good power ups. And you're like, he just has the tornado, and he's just not
Yeah,
using
or
it.
he's got ice
Just,
or something.
Yeah,
He's gonna
ice.
freeze the ball.
But if you
I
can
will
see what
say-
people have, you see people picking it up, adds a different like layer to the game.
I will say the only thing I like about Rumble is the grapple. When you get under the ball and then you grapple with the ball, like when you're dribbling the ball, that's my favorite part about it.
Mm.
Other than that, Rumble is sleeper.
Yeah, it's like
Very
one
simple.
person gets spikes and you just get scored on. It's like awesome.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
wonderful.
All right.
All right. So the last question
yeah,
here.
Captain, you go.
Who's the best? I don't think Garrett's reading this chat.
Captain,
Well,
give us the
let's
last one.
read-
Come on, Captain. I want the Captain to
Yeah.
read the last one.
I do want him to read this, but he's
Captain.
not reading
Wait,
it.
hold on. I can find it. I can.
Yeah,
find,
you
hold on,
go.
what
Just
is
pull
it?
the chat. You got it. You
I'm
got
about to
it.
get trolled. I'm
We
sure.
got you. Got you.
No, it's not. We're not trolling,
Uh,
actually.
Where is it at?
In the
Scrum.
Ask the
in
question.
our chat. The last one there. You go for us.
Wait, which one is it?
He's
Sorry, hold on.
just go to the bottom of our chat.
Of our chat?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
this call.
Yeah. There we go. Need the captain to get in on the Patreon.
The best
queues.
team one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Wait, is this for Justin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for Justin. Okay, my bad, fellas. New time.
Really?
Sorry, first timer. Who was the best team you played in scrims that never came to be?
Ever. Dude, there has been These past 2 seasons, there has been some teams for sure. I don't even remember. Like one of them. Oh man. I
There's a lot of
don't
people
know.
trying
Who's
to
the
get
Magic Bear team?
There's a lot.
There is so much. Like there was a really weird team this offseason, I'm pretty sure. Who was it though? I wish I still had the replays on that because I don't really remember. I don't know though. I mean, honestly, the weirdest one at all time that actually became a team was the NAS, the M80 team. That was like a very random team for me. But obviously, that's a team that came to me. I don't know. There has been so many different trios that I've tried out. Like, there's too many people to think of. I can't even think of one.
Can I change the question? Who or which team in your how many years you been playing now? Gee.
Oh, yeah, someone said Mata. Mata did try out with NA orgs. Yeah, that was one.
He was moving. Who in your 7 years though, or which team have you been bowled by the most? Which team has wiped the floor with you in scrims the hardest in your 7-year career? You remember a scrim where you got
digging
bodied
up
the
the
hardest?
bad memories here, CJ.
Yeah.
Last question.
Like ever in my entire career.
Yeah.
Did we ever get farmed by anybody in scrims?
The only
Super
ones I
hard?
can think of are at do you remember at Stockholm we were scrimming SRG and Furia?
Yeah.
I remember they were crazy in scrims.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only ones I can think of. We were always pretty good in scrims, I feel like. Domestically.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there was ever any like crazy even at teams peaks, I think it was like always tied. Or like we'd lose but win a couple games.
Mm.
I can't remember anyone's. Even
I
I
don't
mean
remember,
actually you remember even before we split, I remember Shopify was already good in scrims. I remember they were already pretty solid. So maybe them. I can't really think of anyone.
Yeah, I've never been absolutely farmed in scrims, I don't think. I mean, honestly, I've been 7-0'd before, but it isn't really like a 7-0 if the games are close.
Or like it's a
like
one-off
anything
thing.
goes.
Next time you
Yeah.
play him, it's not
Yeah.
another 7-0.
Yeah,
I keep telling
yeah.
everyone.
That's hard.
I don't know. I really wish I could answer this like which team never came to be question, but I just don't know. I can't think of any players right now or like any trios that actually tried together.
I think
Do you have an answer for that,
so
CJ?
many.
I think Sandrock Gaming is a great call. I think when they first got international, I think they just absolutely smacked everyone in scrims. Maybe Furia as well when they first came on the scene. I'm pretty sure that was I think that was Sweden. I think Sweden Furia. Well, we did beat them in the competition, but I think in scrims we got 7-0'd by them. They were pretty good, and maybe just like BDS. Maybe NRG. I think probably just any top team
List
reversed.
goes on.
NRG, BDS,
Yeah, MAJICBEAR, Joyo.
Vitality, Dignitas, yeah, Torrent. They probably 7-0'd us. Queso 7-0'd us. Yeah, pretty much. We got 7-0'd a lot.
But you beat Seiko on game day, so it's all
Beat
good.
Seiko on game day. Haven't lost to
Never
Sam,
lost
baby.
to Furia. Yeah.
You know what? The only
List
one I
goes
can
on.
think of, Justin, is didn't we scrim Squishy, First Killer, and Gimmick, and they were pretty damn good?
Ooh.
Squishy first killer gimmick. That's a crazy
Yeah,
team.
I think so.
Didn't they do pretty? I mean, I don't think they wiped us, but I remember thinking like, oh, we
No,
need to
they-
make a move.
Yeah, no, they were pretty solid. Yeah,
And then you made
Yeah.
a move for Squishy, I'm guessing, based on that timeline.
We need him.
Yeah, Squishy ended up winning the because they failed. I think they failed to get First Killer. I think like I don't remember what happened. And then there was like a buyout problem or something like that. And then we asked Squishy. I think we also. You know what's funny is he's in the chat. I remember I asked Justin who he wants to. Do you remember this, Justin?
Oh my god,
Because
dude,
Justin was like the
dude,
worst
dude,
with roster
dude,
moves.
I am the worst at scouting players out, and I was like,
well,
I was
let's
taking
not-
into
let's
account
not downplay
ranked a
him
lot.
'cause he's in the chat. Yeah. But
I was taking
yeah.
into account like ranked games in total, and I was getting farmed by this particular person a lot. And I was like, holy shit, this guy might be the GOAT.
Yeah, so I was like,
you want to say who it is?
yeah, I was like, okay, so this is like Sipical is like reaching his prime. Squishy is somewhat interested. I mean, we could have maybe went after First Killer up on the come up. I'm like, Justin, is there anyone that you want me to try to talk to? And out of everyone, he says, Sathy's pretty good. And I was like, didn't expect it. I was like, all right. It was
Like,
so
bro,
random.
what?
Like this was
Bro.
like bread Sathu as well.
He was farming me on ranked. I couldn't compete.
It was so random to me.
I couldn't
Oh.
compete. He was actually farming me. I was losing every
What
game
could have
against him.
been? Sathu.
Sathu it could have been Sathu. But
I
then
love
Squishy
the
stepped in.
try to play this so much. Don't be too hard to these in
Don't
chat.
do you want to tell him? Do you want to say the name?
But it was just like the most I just didn't
it
expect
is.
it at all, and it was so funny to me.
Yeah,
But,
see, he knows. He knows. He's here. Wow.
Was this
Yeah,
before or
I-
after my car incident? Was it? Like, I'm trying to get a timeline here. Which was that?
car.
I think it was
Yeah,
after.
was
I think it was after.
It was
I don't-
after my car. Wow. Like, Sathy must
I
have really
don't-
farmed Justin in ranked.
Bro,
I don't think
couldn't
Sathu
Sathu
bro.
played
Bad
much longer after that.
Sathy
either.
says it was after. Wow, you must have messed you up in ranked. You must have taken your lunch money. Like
It was
that's
so
insane.
bad. Man.
Yeah.
How much
God.
of a roster move, because we sometimes did this in OCE, how much of a roster move was not only picking up the best player, but also the potential to break up another really good team? Did that kind of come into your calculations when you guys were thinking of players? Like, we could pick up Squishy and also stop, or pick up First Killer and
We're
stop.
over one of our main competitions. Yeah,
and
exactly.
break up that team at
Yeah.
the same time.
I mean, the move had already fell through, so I don't think we were thinking of like breaking them up. I don't because they weren't. I don't think they were doing very well at the time either, because they had just missed
No,
Worlds.
they just
and
like
then,
avoided relegation or something.
Yeah, and in
like-
season 9, like I mean, no one
Oh, yeah,
was really
season 9,
doing
they
well
were-
besides
they were
G2.
good. Oh yeah, G2 like got promo relegation tournament, then they won the next season. It was good. Like,
Yeah,
they bounced
because
back.
they got the
Cloud9
team
were in
house.
Yeah, they got the team house.
Oh, I do remember
Cloud9
that.
were in the
Wow.
bin a little bit.
Yeah, so I don't think with that move we were really thinking about it. I remember asking Sip, and in my head I was like, yeah, that definitely makes them worse if we get Sip. But we just ended up going with Squishy anyway. I don't think Sip wanted to leave either, so it kind of worked out. But I was thinking like the Squishy first killer gimmick team will be good, and we were already struggling.
It would probably ended up with some. I mean, they were going to make a change most likely. So if it wasn't going to be first killer, then
It was going to be
you'd
someone,
probably
yeah.
landed on a team you'd have to play against. No
Right.
doubt. So it seems smart. I remember
Yeah.
back then, some people were like, "Oh, this like it was like classic armchair Reddit analysts saying, well, actually, Squishy and Justin aren't going to work on the same team because they're going to go for the same ball." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Is
there's
this
only
seriously
one
still
ball.
happening?" People
I'm
said
not gonna
that so
lie,
much. There's only
honestly,
one ball.
They weren't really wrong with that. To be honest, like when Squishy and I were playing back in the day before we teamed, like it was really bad. We went for everything.
Before,
we were the
before you
exact same player.
teams,
Yeah.
in the like, in what context would you play, like ranked or?
Yeah, we'd play twos or
I-
something and just go for like the most peak play, but then we'd go for it at the same time. Just double
Oh
commit
yeah,
all the time.
that I can see. Oh yeah, if you ask me, do
Yeah.
I think you're going to be a like sick ranked team? You're going to hit rank 1? No, absolutely not. But I mean, I
Yeah.
just remember I heard that you guys were teaming. I was like, well, that sounds like an absolute like, God squad. Like you're going to be
Yeah.
contending for every event, favorites for every event. That's crazy. So
Yeah.
I was surprised people were like doubting. I think they were just trying to be too cool for school.
I'm not gonna lie, I did have some doubt in my mind too, just because of those ranked games. But after like we actually
the
like
rank games are really weighing heavy in your mind.
yeah, I don't know, man. But
I
no,
felt like-
it worked out.
I was confident because me and Squishy, before he was in our team, we would talk about playstyle stuff all the time. Because like the first year and a half, me and Squishy had a really good relationship of like analyzing how we're playing. Justin was just like, he just plays. We don't really tell him what we're thinking because Justin's
Yeah.
just gonna play. But yeah, I mean, he when he came into the team, he was like, all right, I'm just gonna do what Turbo did. Like I'm just gonna. That's why he was so defensive, I think, with us. Like he just would chill
Squishy.
and let us work. Yeah, he was very like third man.
That was his
I
like
think.
I mean that was always his like strength, but he played with Torment, so he had to take more of like a playmaker role.
Yeah.
I think it always made sense. I was like, yeah, he's always like preferred to play that. I mean, he slotted it naturally. Made sense, like stylistically, but also in practice, because not all the stylistic like, I guess teams, the ones that should work, they don't always work. But that one, I mean, yeah, you guys were dominating. Years.
Turned out to be a pretty damn good roster. All right, guys,
So sad we got robbed.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was about to rap
just-
because I don't want to keep you for too long. But
I was just gonna say, so it
What
sucks
could've
that we
been?
got robbed because of COVID. Yeah.
COVID, yeah.
Like
You think you
we didn't
wiped
get a Worlds.
that year?
I think we would have won that year. I know G2 was like insanely good, but I feel like
Talking about
at that
season
time,
9.
9 or X?
No, season 9 was
it 9?
Rizzo's. Don't take that away from him.
9 was Rizzo. G2 were the best.
No, I don't even think
You
G2
guys
still
were
No,
wins
the
that
don't
year.
take
I'm
that
not
from
gonna lie.
Rizzo. That's his world.
You think they come-
That's his world.
You think they come second
dude,
again?
That's
They were
SEO.
so bad on LAN. They were so bad on LAN always. No.
Okay, is it going to be you guys or Vitality? Because Vitality had Alpha, Fairy, K-Dot, or is it Dig? Dig won EU season 9 with Astral.
No, we're
Yukio,
going back to back to back.
You're back to back.
Not even trolling.
We would have had a good chance, I think. I think it would have been like it was not guaranteed, right? But I think we got really bad when Worlds got canceled because like the team mentality was so bad. Like everyone was so emo. I think we had a good chance. Even if we would have not been number 1 seed in NA, I mean we had Turbo at the time, and you
did.
He won it like one of Justin's mini primes. I was okay according to CJ. Me and him.
Do you remember when did the line get canceled? Damn.
I'm just kidding.
When did what get canceled?
Yeah, when did they announce that the line was canceled? Like, how far into league play was it? Was it like?
It was only like 1 or 2 weeks. It was only like 1 or 2 weeks in. I'm pretty sure. I think we'd only play like 2 weeks.
Week 5.
Right, right.
Was it week 5?
That's what John said.
Oh, week 5.
So basically, you're saying that Rizzo wouldn't never have won this if you guys were actually trying.
I didn't have much confidence in that team. They were good online, but they were good online, but I just never thought they were insane online, to be honest.
I mean,
they were second season 7.
They did get second season 7, but
I think they would have had a chance, but we also would have had a chance, is what I think. Like,
yeah,
you would have had a chance, yeah. I mean, no, you guys, you went game 7. Looking back now, you went game 7 with them in the semis of season 9, and then it was spring series where they 3-0'd you, but it was a 4-0 because they had a one match head start on ESPN with Landon himself commentating.
Oh man, and
what a match!
Bring him back. Actually, can we? For the one change, forget about the extra crowd day. I think we need Landon Donovan back on the talent team.
Landon Donovan back on the mic.
I played that tourney on my mom's dining room table because my internet went out at home. That was crazy. That was lit.
That's fire.
How'd you play?
Most uncomfortable.
Live
setup.
on ESPN.
Yep.
Played well. You want to stay there? Go back to the dining room table. What if you won
Imagine
then? Is that placebo?
Having a world's tag.
Was that placebo? What I gotta show up to my? I gotta come
if
in
you
front
win
of
the event, you're like, can I use the table again?
So you said back to back though. So you're winning season 9. You've already won season 8. Season X though.
We're winning X.
You're bopping BDS because they can't even beat Vitality regionally.
Yeah.
What's happening there?
I'm very confident. Yeah.
I like that. I mean, yeah.
I like that.
I like that. I mean, Justin was never like this back then, so I'm like, whoa. To be honest, Justin, I mean, but we were all like that. We were like, we wouldn't even say we'll make Worlds because we thought we'd jinx ourselves. Like we were the most.
Do you remember what happened? You remember the season 5 bump video we were recording in person?
Season 5 bump video.
And
yeah.
What event was it?
I was there. That was
it was the one before. It was the one before the London major, the second London major, right?
It was
yeah. Well, we're
LA?
going back to London.
LA.
Yeah, we're going back to London, and then Shice. I told Shice, this is a bad idea. We're gonna get jinxed, basically.
Yeah,
and he's like, nah, you guys are NRG.
That.
You got it. And then ever since that, we never made it.
Yep. Oh, no. That was our last qualified LAN.
Yep.
Outside of Worlds.
That is, that's actually, I believe in that kind of stuff too. That's actually a jinx. I was thinking every time.
We would never say we're making LAN. Like, we would never ever say that before we made it.
When did they make you record that video, the back to London?
LA.
That was LA major, yeah.
It was at LA, right.
Gosh.
And then, what, man, they just really like peer pressured you into that one. Oh, it was Optic as well. That was like, why? I remember Optic qualified. I was like, this is so random because they benched Turbo, or did they play with Turbo and then they benched? I can't even remember. It was like the original Optic with Drees, Mist, and Illusion.
No, they benched him in the LA split.
Coach. Yeah, they benched.
Or they play with Turbo. Sorry, they played with Turbo the winter split and then they benched him. And Alu came back
they benched
from
him.
coaching.
Alu, Drees, Mist. I mean, they obviously deserved it, but at the time, I just remember I was like, oh, this feels so pointless because I know they're not going to stick or do anything after this.
They made
just gonna
Worlds.
be like, all right, cool. So yeah, yeah, they did. They actually got
I
top
beat
8
them
in
at
the event,
Worlds.
to be fair.
Beat them at Worlds.
You did.
Feels good.
Yep. Yep.
Hey,
True.
turbo coaching. Those were the days. But let's wrap it. Look, Justin's got to bounce. He keeps trying to talk, keeps trying to stay on. This is what happens. Justin doesn't want to come on, and then we do a 2-hour app. You know, this is. We've got to get him on again, though. Thank you to the captain for organising it.
Clearly.
That's he's got connections. He's got connections at the top of the scene. But that'll do it for Shortcast 110. Thank you.
Speed dial to Justin.
He's got the speed dial. Thank you to Gen.G, Justin, for jumping on. Thank you to my ex. I thought I needed a little bit more space, but this has been a pretty good couples therapy session. Make sure to check out the Patreon. We might do a little quick EU predictions bonus set for this week as our bonus episode. If you guys want the full predictions for Europe, make sure you check that out. Patreon.com/Chalkcast. No longer 80% off, but we still have 90 plus episodes over there for you guys to enjoy. Once again, thank you to Justin for coming on. Best of luck. Without the best of luck, I hope you go adequately well. If you make the major, hopefully Shopify there as well. But good to see you on top. Everyone loves when you're at LAN, so hopefully you can get back.
The world's healing. The world's healing.
The world is healing.
Yes.
Justin is so back. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we will see you guys next week on the Patreon.
See you guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.